Alright guys, let's just get into this. New channel, deck list, let's go. Lyrilusc Tri-brigade. Let's see how well we could do. First up, we play triple turquoise wobbler. This is your main play starter. Trust me, if you get this in combination with Cobalt Sparrow or Celestine Wagtail, full combo. Trust me, everything is coming out. For those of you who don't know, when you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand for free. It's not an effect, it's a summoning condition, so it just hits the field. Then, when it's special summoned from the hand, you can special summon one Lyrilusc monster from your hand or graveyard. It doesn't talking. That's pretty sweet. Next up, we play two Cobalt Sparrow. This is the kind of card you want to see when you open up Turquoise Wobbler. Because if you special summon this card, you can search any level 1 wing beast from your deck to your hand. That's just how we just extend into more stuff, and more stuff, and more stuff. Pretty sweet. And it has a bonus effect. If it's used as Xyz material for a wind Xyz, that monster can't be targeted by your opponent's shit. Effect Vila Impom, stay right there. You stay in the hand. That's right. Celestine Wagtail. This is the other card you could open up instead of Cobalt Sparrow. If this is special summon, sensing a pattern here, you can search one Lyrilusc spell or trap from your hand. One of the best search cards in history ever printed, I swear to God. Really? Search is a card in the archetype? We're getting to that. We're gonna get there. You'll see. Also, this card has a bonus effect. When it's in the graveyard, I can target one Lyrilusc Xyz I control and then attach it to it as Xyz material. Yeah, OTKs are a thing. Sapphire Swallow. Wow, isn't she pretty? How effect? Oh, I'm getting to that. You see, if I control a wing beast monster, I can special summon both this card and another level 1 wing beast monster from my hand. You hearing that? Pluses for days, my brother. Also, she has a bonus effect. If she's used as a wind monster's Xyz material, I can target one Lyrilusc monster in my graveyard and attach it to that card as Xyz material. Yep, just now we're gonna see that one card that sometimes leads to OTKs. Trust me, you don't rely on it. But it's pretty sweet when it happens. Next up is one that some people don't run, but I do. Barrel Canary. You see, this one has an effect that if this card is in your hand, you can tag one Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard, special summon both this and that target to the field. But for rest of the turn after this card effect resolves, you can't special summon nothing but Xyz monsters. So you gotta be mindful of that lock when you're using it. Trust me, when you top this, when the game's looking hard, feels like a victory. Also, she has a unique effect that when she's used as a wind monster as Xyz material, this card, as in the wind monster, Xyz summoned using her, gains 200 attack. Also, its control cannot be switched. There's no triple tact in this. Next up, the Tri-brigade part of the deck. Most of you probably already know this because it's standard in most builds. 3 Tri-brigade Fractal. It lets you send any BBW. Oh, by the way, when I say BBW, I mean Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast. Let's keep that in mind for the rest of the video. You can send Fractal from your hand or field to the graveyard to send any level 3 or lower BBW from your deck to your graveyard. Pretty nice, huh? On field, as in its on field effect, it can banish any number of BBWs from your graveyard to special summon a BBW from your extra deck that is a link monster of equal rating to the amount of BBWs you banished in order to activate this effect. Now, keep in mind that banishing for this effect is cost, so if your opponent veils you, you are severely negging in this game state. Next up, triple Tri-brigade Nerval. Nerval has the same on-field effect of every other Tri-brigade monster, when you could banish BBWs from your graveyard and then special summon a BBW link monster from your extra deck whose link rating matches the amount of BBWs you banished in order to activate its force effect. It also has a unique effect, wherein when it's sent to the graveyard from anywhere, you can add any Tri-brigade monster other than itself from a deck to your hand. Next up is double Tri-brigade Kit, the best looking one. Also, it's level 2, so, you know, splight. That's a thing now. Anyway, she has the same on-field effect of every other Tri-brigade, whereas she can banish any amount of BBWs from your graveyard to special summon a BBW link monster from your extra deck, whose link rating matches the amount of BBWs you banished in order to activate her effect. Also, her unique effect is when she's sent to the graveyard from anywhere, she can send any Tri-brigade card from your deck to your graveyard. Next up, double Tri-brigade Karas. This one's probably everyone's favorite. It's level 2, Splight. It has a special summoning effect, wherein you can discard any BBW from your hand to special summon it in any position you like. And has the same on-field effect of every other Tri-brigade, wherein you can banish from your graveyard any number of BBWs and then special summon a BBW link monster from your extra deck whose link rating equals the amount of BBWs you banished. Sweet. Next up is what I like to call the flex spots. I play one rescue card. Yes, that's right, only one. I do not rely on it at all. If I see one, I see one. If I don't, I don't. I like playing this card at one. Well, for now at least. Anyway, for those who don't know, rescue card lets me send itself face up from the field to the graveyard so I can special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast monsters from my deck with the effects negated and they are destroyed during the end phase. The popular card to summon off this is normally a Tri-brigade kit. And if you want to stop, I don't know, a Nibiru before your 5th summon, you can summon Fabled Cerberus, so you can go into that level 4 Omni Negate. Yeah, that card's becoming really popular these days, isn't it? And would you look at that? The next card is the Fabled Cerberus. Now this card is pretty sweet. Trust me. Normally in the combo, I'll show you guys it at the end of the video, is you search this, right? And then you discard it with grass so you could special summon it, because when this card is discarded, it is special summoned. Sorry, not when, if. Although this when and if thing in Yu-Gi-Oh is very weird. Because when mean it could miss time and if mean that it doesn't, but yet in real life, when mean it gonna happen. You know what I mean? Yu-Gi-Oh and real warden, it's weird. But we play this only just to go into the negate. This card's not gonna negate themselves. Come on. The next monsters we play are, you guessed it, hand traps. 2 Ash Blossom. Yes, I play 2. I'm not a fan of 3 hand traps really, unless the hand traps is a shit and isn't once per turn. But even then, I do not ever like seeing more than 2 hand traps in my deck. It's personal preference. I find it weird when you open up more than 1 hand trap and then like next turn or some turn when you don't need it and you need a start and then you draw the hand trap. It sucks. So that's why I play 2 of different hand traps. I prefer variety in my hand traps than playing 3, like 3 Ash Blossom and 3 this. I just play 2 Ash Blossom, 2 something, 2 something, 2 something, if you know what I mean. That's just how I roll. And for those of you who don't know, Ash Blossom, when a card or effect is activated, that includes any of these effects, and these effects are add a card from the deck to the hand, special summon from the deck, send a card from the deck to the graveyard, I can discard this shit and negate that effect. Remember, it negates the effect, so no damage step ashing, please. That's cheating. Next up, double Nibiru the Primal Being. This card is insane. For those who doesn't know, during the main phase, if my opponent special summons or normal summons 5 or more times during the turn, I can quick effect, tribute all face-up monsters on the field, including my own, to special summon this card, and then special summon 1 Nibiru the Primal Being token to my opponent's side of the field, attack or defense, doesn't matter, whose attack and defense equals the original attack and defense of all monsters that were tributed for this effect. Yeah, this card's crazy. This is what the game as we know it. And remember now, you don't have to use it upon the 5th summon. You can wait once you use it during the main phase of the player's turn, of whoever turn it is. It's insane. Whenever I'm playing against this card and I'm watching my opponent and he's like looking at my field, like counting in his mind how many monsters I summon, sweating bullets, because I know what the rock is cooking. On to the next hand trap. Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. When this card first came out, people didn't like it, but I liked it since day one because I saw the potential in it. You know why? Because this shit could be activated during the damage step. That's right. Where Ash won't succeed, this will, but this doesn't do the things that Ash does. You see, when your opponent activates a card effect that includes, well, not your opponent, when a card effect, yes, you can bell yourself, And you can ask yourself, that sucks. When a card effect is activated that includes any of these effects, add a card from the graveyard to the hand, deck, or extra deck, special summons a monster from the graveyard, banishes a card from the graveyard, I can discard this card and negate that activation, aka damage step is fully available to me. Finally, onto the spell liner. Now, for one of the best searches in an archetype, I kid you not, triple Lyrilusc Bird Call. Love this card. This card lets me search any Lyrilusc monster from my deck, and I can either add it to my hand or send it to the graveyard, but chances are I'm not sending that to the graveyard, that shit's going straight to my hand. And then, after I add that to my hand, I can special summon one Lyrilusc monster with a different name than the one I searched from my hand to the field. Can you smell that? I smell combo. Do you? You should. Next up, we play one Call by the Queen. For those of you who don't know, Call by the Grave lets me target one monster in my opponent's graveyard and banish it. It's a quick play spell, so I can chain it in response to my opponent activating certain things or anything I don't like in the graveyard. Just get that shit out there. For example, I open up combo, Ash, Viewer, Call by the Grave, banish it and negate that shit. Turn 2, I set it on my, so I could use it as a trap card on my opponent's turn technically. Why is that? Something in graveyard, banish it and negate wherever it affects me one time, so any other copies he may summon, they get the effects negated. People come for this card for Japan. I don't see it. Come on, don't do that. This card is needed, especially for rogue and lower tier players. And for top tier meta decks, it don't matter. They just play through hand traps anyway, so a Call by the Grave helps them out slightly as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, this card is a shit. Monster Reborn. Combo comeback. Nice. Because that's what it technically does. Target the monster in anybody's graveyard, special summon it. You really target your opponent's stuff. You target your own stuff so you could start your combo and do your stuff and hopefully win the game. Fire Formation Tenki. Yes, I only play one. Because there's only one searcher in the deck that I place 3 of. And that is Fractale. You play 3 Fractale, and that's the only Beast Warrior level 4 lore that you have in your deck. So I only play 1 Tenki, and I don't really rely on Tenki either, because as I say, I don't like rely on like cards that can only be used 1 time or twice or things like that. I like consistency, and I believe 1 is consistent. If I dose it, I dose it, and if I see it, I see it. That's how I like it. 1 Upstart Goblin. Get your opponent 1,000, draw a card. I like the Upstart Goblin. Yes, it's a 42 card deck, but Upstart just feels right to me because whenever I'm siding out cards, I don't have to take out good cards to put in like side cards. I could take out the Upstart because Upstart is just a draw 1 to me. It's like a draw spell, 42 card deck for me feels right. As in this deck, most of my decks, like probably every other deck of mine, is 40 cards. Yeah, this is the oddity right here. 1 Pot of Acquisitiveness. This card is a flex spot yet again. I just love this card because it just adds consistency to the grind game, if you know what I mean. For example, I could just put back Ominous Omen along with 2 other cards that I probably play 1 of back into my deck that I banish and then draw 1. It's pretty good. And I don't necessarily have to target my own 3 monsters in my banish zone to return. I could target any 3 monsters in any player's banish zone. Once I have up to 3, return them to the deck and draw 1. Pretty sweet. You'll figure it out as you go. 1 for 1 staple for level 1 decks. Discard a monster. Well, sorry, it doesn't discard. It sends a monster from my hand to the graveyard to special summon 1 level 1 monster from my deck. You don't know, you see this in your hand? With monsters, you're popping off. And time for the Poor Man Droplet. Double Forbidden Chalice. For those of you who don't know, target face up monster field. You get that shit's effect? Sorry, it's in reverse. That target gains 400 and then you get that shit's effect. Now, you see the reason why it's worded like this is because it counts as a start modifier first and foremost. You know what that means? Damage step. And that means I could even target something whose effects are already negated. That's pretty cool. I mean, that don't really matter, but it actually does come up once in a while. Once in a while. More often than you would think. More often than you would think. 1 Harpy's Feather Dusters. If it wasn't for stun decks, I wouldn't be playing this. I hate stun decks. Hit. Flip up skill drain, flip up Tikaboo, flip up yada. Zombie wall, yada. Don't worry, the side deck have all the other hit. Happy spell list, for those who don't know, destroy all spell traps your opponent controls. Post up. Back in the days when cards had one line of text. The good old days. Foolish Burial. Another card with one line of text. Send one monster from a deck to your graveyard. That's it? Yes, that's it. That's all it needs to be. Trust me. One Way at Thou. If you control a level 1 monster, you can search a level 1 monster from a deck to your hand. But if you don't normal summon this, you take 2,000 life points as damage during the end phase. Sounds suck, right? But trust me, it doesn't suck because combo. May sound like a combo hole, I'm not, but I want to do my combo. Finally, the traps. Well, for the main deck. We play double infinite impermanence. What does this do? This is essentially a effect feeler that does not lock us to the main phase only. But we gotta control no cards in order to activate from the hand. But don't worry, because when we control cards, it's breakthrough skill with an additional effect. You see, spell and trap cards in this cards column, during the turn it was activated and resolved successfully. Spell and trap cards in this cards column effects are negated. So starting continuous stuff, or if your opponent just forget and they play something, yeah, just negate that and tell them, yeah, just send it graveyard please, you know. Good card. And last but certainly not least, Tri-brigade Revolt. This trap's amazing. It lets me special summon Wing Beast, Beast Warrior, or Beast BBWs from my graveyard or banish, and then immediately after the effect resolves, perform a link summon of a Tri-brigade link monster using those monsters as material. So essentially, during my opponent's turn, at any phase, I can summon Shrug, provided I have the correct monster zones. Yeah, non-targeting banishment during my opponent's turn sounds like a pretty good disruption to me. We play double Tri-brigade Shrug, the ominous win. That's the link for. You see, if this guy is special summoned, or if another Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster is special summoned, once per turn, remember this is once per turn, you can banish one card on the field. Does not target. I repeat, doesn't target. And also, if this card is sent to the graveyard, I can add a Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster from my deck to my hand, whose level is less than or equal to the number of banished Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast, BBW. Each effect once per turn. 1. Appaloosa Above the Goddess. 2+ monsters with different name. Gains 800 original attack for each monster used as material. Once per chain, when a monster effect is activated, I can reduce this card's attack by 800, negate that activation. And yes, you can make it under Tri-brigade lock. I didn't explain this earlier, but each main deck Tri-brigade's on-field effect, the one that banishes BBWs from the grave to special summon a BBW from the extra deck, you can only, after that effect resolves, use BBWs as link materials for the rest of the turn, which is literally 99% of the deck. So it's kind of like I'm not even locked, you know? So you can summon anything from extra deck. It don't matter once you use BBWs as link material. 1 Tri-brigade Rugal, the Silver Shell. It's a link tree Tri-brigade. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, I could special summon 1 level 4 lower BBW from my hand to graveyard, negate its effects, but return it to my hand during the end phase. Recursion, essentially. Also, if I already had the link 4 out, and my opponent, I don't know, half easy trap, I could bring out this and then anytime bring back a level 4 lower BBW and then trigger Shrug effect for banish a card. It's pretty sweet. Also, when I sent from the field, well, from anywhere to the graveyard, it could reduce my opponent's monsters by 300 attack for each different type I control. Don't really come up. 1 Tri-brigade Baydrum, the Rampant Rampager. Pretty good card. You could discard 2 cards and target one of your banished level 4 lower BBW, special summon it. So, combos. If this card is sent to the graveyard, anyhow, you can add a Tri-brigade Spell Trap from your deck to your hand, then place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Also, you can't special summon monsters for rest of the turn except Tri-brigade monsters. Normally, this is like the last action you do so you can get a trap because you're locked to Tri-brigades for rest of the turn. Come on, do it properly. 1 Tri-brigade Fairjeet, the Barren Blossom. During the main phase, I can special summon 1 level 4 lower BBW from my hand. And when it's sent to the graveyard, I can draw 1 card and pull 1 card from my hand to the bottom of my deck. Simple stuff. 1 Ancient Warrior's Oath, double Dragon Lords. It gains 500 attack, so it comes out at 16. We cheat summon this guy because we can't legally summon it in this deck. It's a Beast Warrior, so it comes out for free, essentially. Banish to summon it. Quick effect, I can send 1 card from my hand or field to the graveyard to target 1 face-up card my opponent controls, return that to the hand. Disruption, easy, I like it. 1 Salamangreat Almirage. I only use it for breaking hands. For example, normal summon Nerval, link this off, search Karas. Oh, normal summon kit, send Nerval, search a Karas. See? And then combo from there. It's pretty good. Yeah, once it at 1000 less attack, now I'm linked off in this. Pretty cool. 1 Divine Arsenal, double is Zeus Sky Thunder. It just brought the Thunder. During the turn in which I Xyz monster battle, doesn't have to be my Xyz monster, I can bring out this card by using 1 Xyz monster I control as the Xyz material, and then use Xyz materials attached to that card as this card Xyz materials. Pretty sweet. Quick effect, not once per turn, not once per chain, just a quick effect. Damn it, Konami. I can detach 2, send out cards on the field to the graveyard. Yep, you heard that right. Not once a turn. So if my opponent chain Infect, Feeler, Imperm, I can just chain it again. Must resolve. Love this card. Downward Magician 1. We only play this so we could go into Zeus. During main phase 2, I could Xyz summon this card by using 1 rank 3 or lower Xyz monster I control as Xyz material. That's it. Just adds an extra pop. Well, send to Zeus. Yeah, continue. Recital Stalin Lyrilusc. This is one of the best rank 1s ever printed. Seriously. If this card is Xyz summon, I can target face up once you feel against 300 attack for each Xyz material attached to this card. Once per turn, I can detach 1 material from this card, add a level 1 wing beast from my deck to my hand. Yeah, Konami, help me bring this card to 3 please, the link 3 bank. It's no longer problematic. All battle damage you take from battles involving this Xyz summon card is also inflicted to your opponent. So if your opponent had a big monster, and you had another rank 1, because that is a Konami rule, you could attack into that with this, and then if you detach from the other rank 1, you take no battle damage, but your opponent takes all that damage instead. Yeah, pretty cool. 1 Lyrilusc Assembly Robin, the disruption among them. Gains 500 attack for each Xyz material attached to it. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can detach a material from this card, tag 1 of those special summon monsters, return it to the hand. That, my friends, is not once per turn, as much times as how much Xyz materials I have. If this card is sent to my graveyard by an opponent's card, but it be effect, battle, or kaiju, I can target 1 other Lyrilusc monster in my graveyard, add that to my hand. Pretty good. 1 Lyrilusc Promenade Thrust. Nobody do play this, but I do. Because gains 500 attack for each material attached to it. That's not why I play it. Once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card, target the spell trap on the field, return it to the deck. Well, my opponent controls, return it to that deck. It's pretty good. At the start damage step, if a normal so I control battlers, I can attach any number of materials from this card and make that card gain 300 attack for each materials detached. A little start modification. Helped me win a game a couple times, but doesn't really come up. Lyrilusc Assembly Nightingale. Gains 200 attack for each Xyz material attached to it. This card can attack directly. While it has Xyz material, it can attack a number of times each battle phase up to a number of materials attached to it. Once per turn, quick effect, I can attach material from this. Lyrilusc monsters I control can be struck by battle or card effect, and also I take no damage that turn. No battle damage. Yeah. So here's how the OTK happens. It's essentially a ray hand when you open up like all the Lyrilusc monsters, or like almost all of them plus the sword spell. So you normally summon this with that hand, that ray hand. Summon this with 5 materials and then summon Recital Stalin while your opponent control a monster. Target the monster for make again 600 attack with Recital Stalin. Attack them directly for 5 to 6,000 is a count to get attached as material with the Assembly Nightingale, and then attack the monster with Recital Stalin, thus winning you the game because they would take that battle damage. Yeah, it's cool, really pops up, but an OTK nonetheless. We use 1 Herald of the Arclight. This is what we use the Fabled Superworld in order to go into, essentially. Any monster sent from the hand of main deck to graveyard is banished instead. Yep, it is a walk-in flood, mini floodgate kinda. Alright. And do disrupt most decks, but some do. When a card effect, when a spell trap card or monster effect is activated, quick effect, you contribute this card, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If it's sent to the graveyard, you could add a ritual, monster ritual spell from a deck to your hand, that'll pop up common. See, it's just an Omni Gate with a little mini floodgate effect. Pretty cool. Let's begin the combo section. This is a 3-card combo that we only need 2 cards. The 3rd card just needs to be there so we could pull back at the bottom of the deck to add the trap. Alright, let's begin. First up, we start with Turquoise Wobbler. Turquoise Wobbler, summon itself a freeze. Effect upon summon, summon Celestine Wagtail. Celestine Wagtail effect, search board call. Next, we overlay these 2 level 1 so we can summon Recital Stalling. Recital Stalling effect, detach 1 material, search Cobalt Sparrow. Next up, we activate Bird Call, and Bird Call is going to search Sapphire Swallow. Then we use the other part of Bird Call's effect to summon Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow effect searches Nerval. Since we control a Winged Beast monster, any one of them, we can Sapphire Swallow effect, reveal in hand, special summon Sapphire Swallow, and try to get Nerval to our field. Next, we link off the Recital Stalling and the Cobalt Sparrow now to bring out Fairy Jeet. Next, we activate Tri-brigade Nerval's effect by banishing 4 monsters so we can bring out Shurag, the Ominous Omen. Next off, we link off Nerval and Omen so we could bring out Tri-brigade, the Rampant Rampager, Beardrum. Right. And next we activate Chain Link 1 Nerval, Chain Link 2 Ominous Omen. Ominous Omen searches this fabled Subarel, and the Tri-brigade searches Karas. Now next up, we activate Karas by pitching the Cerberus to summon itself. Then Cerberus effect triggers in the graveyard to special summon itself. Next up, we activate Karas effect, banishing 2 from our graveyard so we can summon Ancient Warriors Double Dragon Lords. Next up, we will use the Tri-brigade Karas and the Cerberus to synchro summon Herald of the Arclight. Next, we used our Beardrum, Fairy Jeet, and the Sapphire Swallow we have remaining to go for Appaloosa for 3 negates. Then we trigger the Beardrum effect in the graveyard so we can add the Revolt to hand and then return the final card to the bottom of our deck. Second combo, this time we start off with 2 search spell and a random 3rd card. Let's go. Activate Bird Call. Bird Call searches us the Turquoise Wobbler. Next up, we activate 5 Formation Tenki. Tenki searches us Tri-brigade Fractal. Fractal effect sends itself from hand to the feet to the graveyard so I could send me 1 Cobalt Sparrow from my deck to my graveyard. Next up, I special summon Turquoise Wobbler. Turquoise Wobbler effect will now trigger, special summoning back the Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow effect will now trigger, searching me Tri-brigade Nerval. I will use these 2 monsters now to exit summon Recital Stalling. Recital Stalling effect, detach 1, searches Sapphire Swallow. Now I will use Sapphire Swallow's effect in hand to special summon itself and Tri-brigade Nerval. I will now use Sapphire Swallow and Recital Stalling as link material to summon out Fairy Jeet, the Baron. Now I will activate Nerval effect by banishing 4 in order to summon Shurag, the Ominous Omen. Now I will use Nerval and Shurag in order to link summon Beardrum. And now chain link 1 Nerval, chain link 2 Ominous Omen. Ominous Omen will add me the Cerberus and Nerval will add me the Karas. Karas effect, pitch this Cerberus so I could summon it. Cerberus effect will now trigger, special summon itself. Now activate Karas, banishing 2 from grave so I could summon out the Ancient Warriors Double Dragon Lords. Next I will use Karas and Cerberus as synchro material to summon out Herald of the Arclight. Now I will use Beardrum and the Fairy Jeet in order to link summon a 2 negate Appaloosa. Now I will trigger the Beardrum effect, searching me the Revolt, put back the final card in my hand to the bottom of my deck, set Revolt. That's it. And there it is, my first ever deck profile. Lyrilusc Tri-brigade. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Sorry if the video was a little too long. Hopefully from this day forward, whenever I do a deck profile or whatever, I'll take less time. Hopefully the next profile video will be half the time as this one. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, leave any queries you want in the comment section. I'll try and see if I can answer anybody. Well, if this video even gets views. And see you guys next time. Out.